Welcome, punters, to another episode of Worms Whispers Racing Podcast. Caulfield, 9th of April, day two of the championships. As always, I'm joined by Matty. How are you, Matty?
Good worm, mate. How are you?
Yep, good. No complaints.
I'm sure you've got plenty, but have we got time for them?
That'll be going in an email to the CEO of Port Adelaide at about 10:45 tonight.
Oh, CC Kosh in for me.
Yeah, I'll make sure the cash cow reads it as well.
I just checked the scores. It looked like you kicked your second goal, but you kicked 8 points.
Oh, well, there's a positive.
Three-quarter time,
Four.
one goal, eight.
Oh, yep. Ah, well, long season. Can't win them all. Got to win one first.
Anyway, mate,
Uh,
big weekend ahead.
yeah, big weekend. This episode's proudly brought to you by Wishbet. Check them out at wishbet.com.au or download the app in your Apple or Android store. Matty and I both use them. So, punters, if you're looking for a new bookie, check them out. Matty and I thank them for their ongoing support. Matty, pineapple of the week last week.
I handed it over again, worm. But what a race! High Totsu in the derby. Probably wasn't the heavy 10 that we were all expecting, but put that aside, and this horse is something else. Yeah, we were on War Eternal. We thought we'd found a little bit of value worm at 21s. It came into 12s. So we're on the right track, but was definitely not up to the same standard as Haitotsu. I think Benno will definitely be one to go into the Black Book as well. It was exceptionally impressive. So one to continue to watch. But Worm, we will be handing the pineapple across to yourself this week.
Yep, our lucky contestant is Rahul this week. So, Rahul, hope fingers crossed that you are going to be the first winning contestant. I'm confident you
We've
will be
looked
after doing the
all over
form.
the country for this one, Rahul. So very,
Well,
very confident you'll be the first.
I'm confident too. Track stats, Caulfield, Rail, True. That's what we're concentrating on this week because it is a good track. Standard Rail True, just look for horses up on speed. Every horse should get its chance that is close to the speed. Matty and I will be looking for horses on speed. Buying shares in and cash out. I've got nothing this week, Matty.
Totso would be the obvious one. We won't put it in for now, but as I mentioned, Benno definitely needs to be going into some black books. We won't officially put it into buying shares this week, but one to continue to watch. So nothing, no change to the portfolio this week, Worm.
Beautiful. My portfolio, I'll give an update. I laid I'm thunderstruck for all campaign, and so far we're going well with one race to go. So maybe I've got something right over this carnival.
I'll back to the last
Um,
two starts. Thanks, Worm.
Race one, Caulfield. I'm going to kick things off. Odds courtesy of Wishbet. The favourite at $2.70 is Maserati Bay. $4 is Desert Icon. Number 6, Through Irish Eyes, $4. Steel Prince number 1 at $4.20. White Hawk $18 and Salter Boy $26. The speed map, I got Maserati Bay that should lead like it did last start. Um, Desert Icon can either sit outside leader if Maserati Bay leads or sit behind the leader. Steel Prince will be midfield or smoking the pipe behind Desert Icon. Through Irish Eyes will be dictated what Desert Icon does. If hopefully it goes outside leader, so then he can sit right behind Maserati Bay, who will take it into the race, and Salter Boy and White Hawk out the rear. Couple of the runners, it's not really a deep race this due to the small field, but number 1, Steel Prince, if he brings his 2400 metre form, he can definitely win. Last prep, he went well without winning. I'd forget last start in the Aussie Cup. It was a brutally run race, and he was second up. Third up, a month between runs. He can be definitely the danger if he brings that 2400 metre form. Number 5, Maserati Bay. Good win last start, winning at Yarra Valley Cup. Defeated Pancho. He might be busted. He just had enough, I reckon. Won well, but Don't know what he's beaten there. Distance stats read well, 2 from 2 at 2,400 metres. Yes, that was 70, a benchmark 78 and benchmark 70 at Swan Hill against Bryce Stanaway runners. But they were against, as I said, Bryce Stanaway runners, benchmark 58 handicaps and 64 handicap raters. So they weren't strong races. Looking at his 2,500 metre form in the city, he doesn't look like he runs out a strong race. He was really had enough at those distance races in the city, but happy to take him on and lay it, especially at the 270. He can leave me out of it. Big players might come for him because of his track stats, but if they dive deep enough, it's actually not good enough. The one I'm happy to recommend as a bet is number 6, Through Irish Eyes. First up was a great return. Second up was a forget because he was on a heavy track. Third up was almost a month between runs, and he looks like the horse was a touch soft and needed that run. Plus, the jockey, the way he was riding it, I reckon he was soft on it too. Either he was gassed riding it or he just had no idea what he was doing because he barely whipped it and wasn't really hard riding. It was really soft. Now we get rid of Richards and we get Harry Coffey on board. I feel 420 is a nice price from barrier one. As we know where he's going to sit, I think he's a nice bet and sit behind Maserati Bay at $4.20. Matty, any thoughts?
Well, let's hope we can get off to a good start with Irish. Now, Steel Prince, ex Geelong Cup winner. Not too many starts after that. Obviously, was in the Melbourne Cup. How confident are you that it's back to its best form?
Don't know about best form. It's probably the weakest field it's faced in a long time. Before, I think it was back when it was with Darren Weir. It was when it was racing against some average horses. Best form, I don't know if he's there, but if you like it, I'm not going to talk you out of it. It can be a two bet play because I don't like Maserati Bay, I don't like Desert Icon, and Salter Boy wants the sticks at Warrnambool in a couple of weeks, and White Hawk, well, he's just not up to him. So you could easily play it two ways and stake high on one of them and save on the other, but I'm happy with Through Irish Eyes. I think he's a good bet at the 420. And yeah, I'm definitely scared of Steel Prince.
Very good. I think we'll be off to a good start. As you said, the two bet strategy might be a good way to go, unless we do have a little bit of cover.
Yeah, that's right. And we can also play the Wishbet promo and having a bit of insurance with Through Irish Eyes because races 1 and 2 on all 14 tracks. Run second, you get a bonus bet up to $50. So, as I said, back Through Irish Eyes in race 1. Or in race 2, you can back Matty's top tip. And if you run second, we get a bonus bet back. But I don't think we need the insurance because they will be both winning. Matty,
Beautiful.
race 2.
Fantastic. Thank you, Worm. And it's very nice of us to help out the punters, our Wishbet punters, with that extra security in races 1 and 2. But Worm, race 2, have you got the odds there to start it?
I do. Take two. Deep Strike $3.50. Ignali $4.60. Playoffs $5.50. Commander Harry $5. Five Kingdoms $7. Pale King $8. Barry the Baptist $26. And Savaheat for the big large punters $151.
Okay, well, for those big, large punters, I wouldn't be tipping Sabaheat. I think the owners definitely need to take a look at this horse and whether it should still be running around. Mick Price got rid of it, and I think the owners should be doing something similar. But anyway, Worm, on to our talking points here. The key one here is the number of runners third up. Playoffs, Commander Harry, Barry the Baptist, these horses are going to be rock hard fit. So there's going to be a number of horses within this race that are ready to roll. They've been running at the 12, 14, 1600 metres, and now they're getting to a distance up at the 2000 that will definitely suit them. Now, a couple that I'll run through quickly where I think they will be competitive, but won't be in my top two. Fire Kingdom and Playoffs. Fire Kingdom, a very consistent horse. It'll be positive. It'll push forward. The other horse that'll probably push forward is Anginelli from barrier number one, but Five Kingdoms, it should be positive from out wide. The weight might be a bit of a concern, but still expect it to be around that top four. Playoffs, really solid two starts back when it was only 2 lengths off Crystal Pegasus, who finds itself up in Sydney for a Sydney Cup. Drops back from the 2,500 as 2,000 metres, and third up should be rock hard fit. 2,000 metres won't be a concern at all. Also expect playoffs to be around the mark. But Worm, the two that we'll be concentrating on, both of them within the market. First one, Deep Strike. Now, last start winner at Sandown, over 1,800 metres across on a soft track, was exceptional. So if you haven't seen it, worth watching the replay. Please do remember, though, benchmark 64, this is benchmark 84. So a big step up in grade. 2,000 metres won't be an issue. Looks like here it'll drop back, it'll get some cover, and it will be strong late. The one off landed on Worm, Commander Harry. Second behind you, Forget You in the Moonee Valley Vars. Did run in the VRC Derby, probably was a little bit late in its campaign, wasn't peaking, so use that as a bit of a forget run. Third up should be ready to go here. Last start at Mornington, dropped back to last, finish strongly through the line, and one of those important things as you're seeing horses gaining fitness is they keep accelerating through the line, which Commander Harry really did do here. So, Worm for me, Commander Harry, Linda Meach on board. I think it'll probably slot in behind Pale King, Playoffs, or Barry the Baptist. So it'll get a nice toe into the race. I really don't see anyone having to sit wide here. I think you'll find that worst off, you'll be seeing horses one off the fence. But Commander Harry, it'll get a very, very nice run into this race, and I've got it on top. What are your thoughts?
No, 100% agree with Commander Harry. I've landed on the same horse. Hit the line hard after going back at Mornington. Was in the best part of the track, but good horses do what they can do, and it hit the line hard. It probably sits midfield, hopefully, fingers crossed. Linda, she rolls a little bit forward, and it's a smaller field. It's not as deep as what it was last start with 11 in it. There's only 8, so he's going to sit a little bit closer. Pale King, he was my black booker first up at Caulfield, then struck 3 heavy tracks and doesn't look to suit the horse. So he's got to be respected from barrier 2 and Jay McNeil on. Yeah, but happy to land with Commander Harry with you, mate.
Good, good. I'm glad we're aligned on that one, and fingers crossed we can tick that one off.
Yep, no, definitely. We'll be 2 from 2 from Caulfield and counting our cash. Listeners, if you're watching us via YouTube or listening via your podcast platform, please subscribe to our channel and you'll receive the episode as they drop. You don't have to wait for them to come on social media. Please share these episodes with your friends and family as we really appreciate the support you're all giving us and the feedback we are loving. Race 4, I'm going to kick things off here, and that is for the 2-year-olds. And odds courtesy of Wishbet. We got Yowie, $3.40. Sun Tzu, $5. Wee Nessie, $5.50. Cannonball, $7. Port Albert, $7. Eye of the Eagle, $11. And $18 plus the rest. The speed map is, I think Cannonball's going to lead from 6. Will he go across onto the rail? It's only I think it's 1,100 meters. Just give us a sec. Yep, 1,100 meters. So it's a half a turn at Caulfield because of coming out of the chute. So he doesn't really have to get hard on the rail if he doesn't want to. He can sit 2-3 deep with Brett Preble on board. And then you got Eye of the Eagle, Alcedo, Easterly, and Wee Nessie will be sitting right behind him with Prairie Flower, Yowie, and Port Albert in the midfield and the rest out the back. When assessing this race, I thought it was a very even race. Most of these horses have had jump outs and have been nicely. I mark my jump outs in the grading of A, B, and C. A being looking like it's there to win, B being just nice, no complaints, ticking over nicely, and C is stay the F away. All these horses have been marked as a B jump out. No complaints. Can't tip you into any, but I think I've found two, one off the jump outs and one of the race. So we'll go through them. The danger of the two that I like is Yao Wee, one nicely at Sandown, well supported by the Sadler yard. And when they're well supported from Sadler, they're a horse you've got to keep on side. It's had a jump out since, which was a bit surprising to me. So I reckon they're trying to get him up to the mark and he's going to be fully fit. So that's why he's definitely my danger. And from barrier 8, he can really smoke the pipe and be right behind them. But the ones I've landed on, number 1, Cannonball, won well last start, setting a very fast tempo at Geelong and was strong through the line with that hot tempo. 1180 from the 4 to the 200 and 1192 for its final 200 off a fast tempo tells me this is a nice horse. They weren't getting close to it. He was not pulling away, but he was just holding the margin beautifully. You can get $7, and I think that's value. Only negative is Zara off Prebble, not riding anywhere near his best, Brett Prebble. But this might be the horse that gives him confidence and sets us away. Should sit on speed, lead from barrier 6 or outside leader, and off a nice good tempo. He might be really hard to run down. The other horse I found off the jump outs are number 4, Port Albert. Has had two jump outs, and the last one at Flemington was really soft, and this jockey's arms were almost coming off when he was holding it back so much. My feeling is they are holding this horse back until race day to unleash its motor. From barrier 9, it'll probably sit midfield 3 wide. Can't wait to see what the horse has. Currently $6, $7, and I still, again, feel this is a good price. I feel the big syndicates will come for both of the horses I've recommended here. Note, Nick Ryan as a trainer usually goes at 16%, but his last 100 runners, he's going at 23%. That is a huge percent for the trainer. Clearly setting his horses for the right races and getting rewarded, and we will be rewarded with a victory as well. So if I have to put one on top, it'll be 4 to beat 1, and I'm pretty confident we will find the winner out of that race. Matty.
Good to see that old mate Brett Prebble is back in the winner's circle this week. It was almost a month without having a win. March was very lean for him, but he's had a couple in the first week of April, which is good. And as you mentioned, he's got his opportunity in this race on Cannonball. So fingers crossed he does get back somewhat to where he was riding last year, because it's been a bit of a lean patch for him.
Yeah, it has. It's a shame because when he was riding hot last spring, he was, geez, I'd love jumping on his horses because he was riding them arrogantly and no one was getting past him. But now, geez, everyone can get past him. Even the Mitsubishis can.
No, but he's got an okay card here, so wouldn't be surprised if he finds a few. And Cannonball might be one of them.
Yeah, yep. Fingers crossed. All right. We're going to preview Randwick together, race 8, the Queen Elizabeth. The odds courtesy of Wishbet, we've got $3, very elegant, 480 Animo, $5 Zaki, Duas, $6.50, Montefilia, $7, I'm Thunderstruck, $14, Think It Over, $34, Darlasan, $81, and Mount Papa, $81 as well. The speed map, oh, just got to bring this up. We came together on doing this speed map when I decide to find it. There it is. Bear with us, punters. It's just loading. So the lead, we reckon Mount Popper and Think It Over are going to lead together. Probably Think It Over might from barrier 4. They're probably going to stay off the rail. Zaki from 3, I reckon they're just going to sit behind them and let them do all the work. Darlasan on the rail. Animo will be sitting midfield with them, with Montefilia. Very elegant. I'm Thunderstruck together near the rear, and Duas will be at the rear. Number 1, Think It Over, Matty, do you give that any chance?
I was There's probably it was probably only one or two that I'd be happy to leave out. So I think it over, not for me.
Yep, I'm 100% agree. Number two, Zaki, Jamie Carr on board, barrier three.
Yeah, big chance. Probably the concern will be hasn't seen a heavy track. It looks like it's going to be on the heavier side of the heavies that we've seen, um, but probably will also be sitting up near the front. Obviously, the All Star Mile win was exceptional ride by Jamie Carr, so absolutely winning chance. Yes.
Yep. 100% agree. Haven't seen the heavy track, so you're betting blind on it. If they run it, they must think it handles it. You wouldn't run it in a grand final like this and just bust it right up. Uh, totally respect it. 2,000 meters. And what we got to remember was this was favourite for a Cox Plate against Animo and Very Elegant. Um, yeah, it's soft track form. If you want to go off that, 6 starts for 2 wins and a second. I've got no knock on it. I just can't have. I just can't have it at $5. I hope it wins and shuts a few of the critics up because they've knocked Zaki for most of its time, and we knocked it in the All Star Mile. So I'm hoping it can win, but I won't have a cent on it. Number three, I'm thunderstruck. Barrier six, Mark Zara, Matty.
Very, very closely could have been two from two. Obviously, we were on board in the. Well, I was on board in the All Star Mile. As we mentioned, Zaki's run with Jamie Carr on board was just too good. I'm Thunderstruck got too far back within that race. The Doncaster, top of the straight, I was heading straight to the bookies and to cash in my ticket. I thought the ball face was going to salute, but yeah, Mr. Brightside found a way. So I'm Thunderstruck here. Look, he definitely has got a chance. Just there, not this is a better field. So winning chance, but probably not this time for me.
Yep, 100% agree. I'm thunderstruck by shocking. I'm happy to see it 2,000 meters. I really want to see what it's got. It's definitely talented. No knocks on it. He's definitely, if you're playing first fours, add him in because he's going to be that horse that may run fourth or even third. Be a good watch. Wouldn't mind seeing what he's got, especially Cox Plate next year. It'll be interesting. Number four, Mount Popper, Willie Pike on board, barrier eight, Matty.
Not for mine. That was the first one I crossed out.
Yep, and the ambulance might be beaten at home. It's wet track form. It's too heavy 10 starts this prep, 2.8, and it won last start, running nice figures. Just don't know. Nah, it's a no. Number five, Dalasan, Chad Schofield, barrier one, Matty.
A very good run within the Doncaster. Prefers it a better track. So, unfortunately, due to conditions, Dalasan will be left out as well.
Oh, just sorry, mate. Gonna have to stop. Port's kicked their second goal off a Melbourne fumble. That's off the ground as well. It's a real highlight of the game for us.
Give,
Yep,
give,
can't have it.
give Kenny a race.
Yeah, don't get me started. Um, yep, Dalasan, I can't have it. Nice horse. I would love to own it, but not for me. Number six, very elegant. Barrier seven, James McDonald.
Well, I'm glad I listened to James McDonald on Melbourne Cup Day. That turned out to be very profitable. You look at its wet track form: 5 starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds, absolute winning chance. Can't dock it. Look, this is an absolutely cracking field, so it's going to be exceptionally competitive, and very elegant can win this race.
Yep, 100% agree. First up, beaten 4.5 at 1400, was just outside the elastic band. We had no chance and won well. Second up, Chippy Norton. And then third up, oh, just it's just a flat run that the Waller horses do have. Nature Strip had it with his. against Eduardo. Everyone wrote off a nature strip. Look what it did. So I'm happy to make this my a winning chance. I reckon that was its flat run. Never write off a champion because they always find a way to win. And I think we're going to find that out on Saturday. And the only knock is, does it want further? Does it want 2,400 metres after its Melbourne Cup win? 2,000, is it just too short for it now? Going on 6-year-old mare, but I'm confident it will find a winning position to win. Number 7, Duas, barrier 9, Josh Parr.
Yeah, so got it going back. It'll go back again here. It'll have a crack at them. This is much tougher than the Tancred it was in last start. It's last two starts. It's 1-2 Group 1, so the Australian Cup and the Tancred. So you do need to respect it, but I will be leaving Jewis out of my numbers. My first two numbers. I think it can definitely run a third or a fourth.
I'm very impressed by this horse, what it can do, what it did on Australian Cup Day. Won by 2 lengths on a brutal tempo. It shouldn't have even got close to him being that far back. And then last start, sat last at Newcastle over the 2,400 metres and absolutely smashed them. I was ultimately impressed. Looking forward, it taking this step towards these big Group 1 champions. I reckon he's going to be really competitive. Will he win? I don't know. Number 8, Montefilia, barrier 2, Jay Bowman.
It beat Very Elegant home last start, as you said. I think it was a little bit flat, so it was good for Montefilia to get that Group 1. However, I think it's going to be running into horses that have been set for this race, where Very Elegant may not have been set for its last start. So I'll be leaving Montefilia out. Again, look, could run top 4, but I don't have it in my top 2.
Yep, 100% agree. Couldn't beat Think It Over. Can't beat She's Ideal. It's beaten on Tonte in the Metropolitan last year. 5 lengths in the Caulfield Cup. Yeah, 2.6 off Very Elegant first up and then turned the tables on it. I can't have it. It's just not up to these. Number 9, Animo, barrier 5, Tommy Berry on board.
Who would you have, Animo or Haitotsu?
Yep. um, before straight after Saturday, I would have gone, I'm having Haitotsu, but I listened to James Cummings on the radio and he was asked what he thought of Haitotsu. And he said, yeah, nice horse, just beats Allegron, and Animo's 6 lengths better than Allegron. So that's a whack and a half. And I like to hear it. It's good to see. And no, can't wait to see if he brings that form to Queen Elizabeth now.
And no questions on whether it's a soft or a heavy. I mean, this horse 4 starts on a soft 2 and 2, on a heavy 2 starts first and a second. Honestly, as long as this horse is 100%, it will be on top of my numbers.
Yeah, I got no knocks. It's a tipping show, and I won't be putting this in my top 2, but totally respect it, especially with James Cummings. He doesn't bullshit you when he's on radio. He tells you how it is, and that's why I love hearing him. J Mac jumps off though. I reckon he would have had the pick of Zaki, he would have had the pick of Very Elegant, Animo, anything he wanted, and he jumped off. That's my concern. Yep, he's going to be there all the way, I reckon, and it's going to be a ripping race, but I'm going to leave him out. Jeez, it's going to be hurting, I reckon, but I'm happy to leave him out. Matty, what do you reckon will win?
All right, I've got Animo on top and I've got Zaki second. However, this is one of the best fields I have seen in years. It's honestly, it's going to be an absolutely cracking race. Fingers crossed the track holds up and these horses can put on an absolute show for us. But as I mentioned, I've got Animo on top, Zaki second. How about you, Worm?
I'm going to go Very Elegant. Can't knock a champion. Everyone tries to find ways in this sport to knock champions, get them beat, but she's going to have a flat run. She'll be peaking, could win by 4 or 5, and just J Mac just waving like the Brendan of Dallara last week, saying, "See you, boys." Um, and I'm going to have, I reckon, Duas. I reckon it could be a champion in the making. In the way it's been winning its races, if it hasn't trained off, he is going to be a serious contender. No knocks, Animo. No knock Zaki. Just can't have them all. It can't be a four-way dead heat, I don't think.
And I can't believe I'm leaving Norm Thunderstruck out of my numbers. Honestly, this is an absolutely cracking race.
Yeah. Cox Plate 2.0 in 6 months' time, hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Yes, please.
All right. Around the grounds, Matty, you want to kick things off? Oh, you got
Yeah,
one?
so yeah, no, short and sharp for me. Crystal Pegasus. Listeners will know that I've been on it all the way. So Crystal Pegasus, I will be on board in the Sydney Cup. It'll be a huge show. It's a good race, but Crystal Pegasus will be the one I'm backing.
Yep. You could have 5 bets in the race and still miss. It's lacking the A grades, but it's a nice race. I totally agree, and be good to watch. I'm gonna go way outside my lane, and I'm gonna go up to Adelaide race 8. My main bet of the race 8 is going to be the Pineapple a Week, so stay tuned. My saver bet is number 12, and I'm going to butcher the name here. Allures to Cruise. I've probably absolutely effed that up, but geez, I had fun trying that. It's number 12. That's all you need to know. It's the Henry Dwyer Twain. Um, Last 2 starts have been good for a maiden and benchmark 64 races. 2 starts ago, and the maiden was just too strong and good. Next start was on the heavy, beaten by footlights. I don't think the conditions suited the last 200 metres. Jump out since has been very good. 20s, I'm happy to have play something small each way. Barrier 1, you can lead or camp behind leaders on a day that you might have to be leading. And his main dangers could be wide and back, and he might be off and gone at 20s. Uh, Anything else for around the grounds, Matty, for you?
Not from me. That was the only one.
Beautiful. All right, multi time. We're gonna try and get 1 or 2 legs this week, but we're confident we're gonna get 4. I'm gonna kick things off. I'm gonna chuck Brisbane Lions in the win Friday night at Geelong Stadium, and then Port Albert race 4, number number 4. We're gonna go the place just in case Cannonball knocks us off. Matty, your 2 that you want to put in?
You're going to go the Bulldogs over the Tigers. And then we're going to go EPL. Now, I don't know if you know, but very frustrated Everton fan. Looks like they could even get relegated. Who would have thought? So we're going to be watching the Reds play Man City, and I will be all over Man City. Both teams to score, and Man City to get up.
I'm gonna turn my phone off that night. I'm worried there's going to be bombarded with bings. But that multi comes to $22.50. We're going to have 20 on thanks to Wishbet, and we're going to be counting the cash at about 4 a.m. Monday morning. Pineapple of the week, it comes to me this week. So we're going to go Adelaide, as I said, race 8, our 2-bet play, but we're going to stick with our main bet for the pineapple. It is number 2, Harley Movin'. 2 starts ago, just got too far back in the Guineas against Ancient Girl, made up huge ground from near last to only go down by 2 lengths. And then its last start was bloody impressive. Took off at the 600-metre mark, hit the line, hit the front at the 400-metre mark, and won by 3 lengths. Extra 250 won't be an issue. Only start says Duck Egg at the 1800, but that day it's that 3 wide no cover. Made a move at the 600-metre mark, loomed up at the 400, and just ran out of gas. If it's written perfectly, $3.70, it will be winning. Rahul will have $50 bonus bets on that, courtesy of Wishbet. We thank Wishbet for supporting us for that. Yeah, and we're going to be winning. Anything else to add, Matty? That's the end of the show for us.
How many goals for Port now?
4, 6 goals down. It's not that bad, but geez, it looked horrible.
Mate, that's a goal a quarter.
Yep, it's Motlop kicked one in the last. There we go. Get around him, boysies.
No, mate. As I said, absolutely cracking day up in Sydney. Fingers crossed the track plays somewhat fairly for us. And fingers crossed we can get the punters off to an absolutely cracking start down at Caulfield.
Yeah, 100%. We should be doing that. Yeah, thank you for all listening, guys. If you like, subscribe, swipe left, swipe right, swipe up, swipe down, whatever you want to do. But if you can do that for us, that'd be much appreciated. And we'll speak to you next week. See you later, Matty.
Thank you, Wim.